This is Kathy Beal of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of June 29, 2020. Welcome to another week on planet Earth, filled with more of the same and yet not. We're seeing some backtracking, we opened up too quickly, cases and illnesses are going up, we need to scale back. At the same time, there's some evidence of things that used to be returning. I've been seeing, what's this? Traffic jams and hearing airplanes over my house, which is something that has not been going on for months. Yes, strap in, but take heart, as difficult as this week will be, as most of the ones we've already been through this year have been. The discomfort is productive. It's getting us somewhere. Many big astrological influences packed this week rock our worlds, and the bookends are the really big ones. The first one might actually come with a slight sense of relief, as an influence that has been pounding us and amplifying intensity, amplifying structural collapse, amplifying evidence of corruption and hatred and truly ignoble impulses that have been bubbling to the surface more and more and more. The guys who are bringing us that have their second of 3 exact conjunctions on Tuesday. Jupiter and Pluto, the god of increase and beneficence and indulgence and expansion, and the lord of death and rebirth, the keeper of secrets and deep treasures and deep monsters, the agent of unavoidable change. These two have been working over massive institutional, ancestral, familial, structural collapse and regeneration that's been going on, well, last year for certain. Something crystallized in January, and now these guys 3 times this year are going over it. Their third one will be in November. And as they finally make an exact conjunction, some of the pressure could come off. There could be a bit of a, but it's only momentary, because they're still traveling close enough together to be operating as a pair. And at the other end of the week, already discernible, it's been making its presence known for quite some time, is another event in the same general neck of the sky. The Capricorn full moon on the 5th, which is a lunar eclipse, which is like a supersized full moon, and this one is especially enormous because it is closing down the Cancer-Capricorn eclipses that we've been undergoing since the summer of 2018. And it happens on the U.S. sun at the celebration of the 4th of July. It's not just that a chapter is ending, an era is ending, a whole volume of books are shutting down, possibly being torpedoed. This is happening in your own personal life as well. So this is going to play out over a period of months, but this week brings a huge milestone gear shift in, going from one way of being to another, one way of viewing home, family, security, one way of interacting with blood relatives, one way of putting your feet on the ground and moving into recognition of a completely different set of rules, a completely different foundation, which is still in the process of being restructured and rebuilt. And in between these two huge events, which again will continue playing out essentially for months, we have a shift in our experience of personal responsibility. We have a shift in our experience of relationship to friends and goals and government and community and everybody else. Saturn, the planet of adulting, the ruler of Capricorn, where so much of this activity is going on. The taskmaster, the guy who makes and enforces the rules, loves structure, moves out of Aquarius, where he has been since late March, and back into Capricorn for his final cleanup in this cycle. When he returns to Aquarius at the December solstice, he'll be done with his Capricorn days for another 28.5 to 30 years. His shift out of Capricorn late in March coincided with social distancing, with the shutdowns, with a complete cessation in our normal way of life, and with much of life moving online. As he goes back into Capricorn until the end of the year, basically, he'll be moving in and out of the work that Jupiter and Pluto are doing. Translating that, will be assimilating and cleaning up and learning to take personal responsibility for what we can do something about. So watch for a renewed sense of what is most important to you, how you're going to set your life up in a streamlined, reprioritized way. What goals are you taking seriously? What are you committing to? What is your revised relationship to family, community, your own security, your own structure, your own home? Likely we will experience hints of the way life used to be, and we may be trying to recreate or salvage as much of that as we can. We'll see how that works. In the meantime, many opportunities for waking up, for changing your thinking about things, for adapting to different circumstances. The planet of communication is in an opportunity aspect with Uranus. So the guys that rule our mere mortal mind and genius mind are offering us the opportunity. Look for lightning bolts, look for aha moments, look for ways of thinking about things, of dealing with things that upend your normal thinking and open you to greater or different or more innovative or actually more workable possibilities. The sun is also involved in this opportunity aspect, and it is fusing with Mercury in the middle of it. This is hot as the month changes from June to July, June 30th to July 1st. This is definite show me another way to look at it time, breaking open the way you look at yourself, breaking open the way you look at your possibilities. The outer world is changing. Your inner world now has a massive opportunity, a brilliant opportunity to reshape, redefine. If the world you've been operating in doesn't really exist anymore, if the rules you've been playing by have been blown up, why not be a different person? Why continue to be the person who played by the rules that are now gone and operated in a world that doesn't really exist? Liberate yourself from the old thinking and recreate yourself. Homing thought of the week: adopt, adapt, and improve. Song of the week, I have got 3. We May Never Pass This Way Again by Seals and Crofts, The Way We Were by Barbra Streisand, and It's the End of the World as We Know It by R.E.M. And the image of the week is an exhausted runner in a relay race handing the baton to a younger, more refreshed runner coming up from behind. You'll find more about all of this in my forecast for the month of July and my forecast for the Capricorn full moon lunar eclipse, both of which will be up at my site by midweek at empowermentunlimited.net, where you can learn about the next 6 months in my solstice talk, sign up for my weekly newsletter, and book a session with me. There's lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Beal, including a timeline for working with the period from June to July and actually until the solstice again. And I am really grateful to the people who are keeping my work going by supporting me at Patreon. There's always lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. You'll find me on Instagram at @KABeal and on YouTube at The Professional Aquarian Channel. Talk to you next week.